All right, sorry about the little bit delay here. Hey traders, this is Mike Sir here. Welcome to my live weekly trader psychology live stream series where I help you with the mental side of trading. All right, today we are going to talk about stress. And in choosing trading has your profession, in terms of choosing it has your side income or potentially side hustle or a hobby. Trading is not necessarily the most relaxing type of profession to be able to make money for yourself, and it can be obviously the most stressful, especially when you lose money. That's probably the scenario that you will experience the most stress in. So, what I want to do in this live stream is share with you my thoughts on how I manage stress. Because, as I said, it's a profession that you will face stress. You will be stressful, guaranteed. It's just a matter of how much you will be stressed and how we can manage that stress. So, there's no way to really eliminate stress. And particularly the reason why is whenever there is a probability that there is a chance of you losing money, that obviously will create stress in your life. So I'm going to share with you my thoughts in terms of how you can stress or manage your stress while trading. So let's get started. Right, just a normal disclaimer. Please consult your financial advisor before making financial decisions. All right, so let's get straight into it. All right, so here are kind of some of the things that I want to share with you guys in how to have a stress relief. So the most important thing, and I think the number one thing that you should remember and you should do in order to minimize and manage your stress levels in trading is know your risk before trading. Okay. So first of all, as I said, know that there is going to be a chance that you will lose money. Okay. Actually, let me make it even clearer. You will lose money in trading. Okay. You will lose money in trading. So be prepared to lose money in trading. Now, obviously, as you may have heard me say this before, just make sure that you make more than you lose. There's no way that you will not lose money on a trade or any day or week or month or even year. Okay. Your goal is to ensure that your winners, the amount of money that you make, is more than money that you lose. Okay. So number one thing, to minimize any stress that you have, be prepared to lose money. Okay. Be prepared to lose money. And as I said again, only trade with capital that you are willing to lose or willing to risk. Okay, so then that way you won't suddenly lose more than you had expected, and therefore their stress levels will go through the roof. Okay, second thing I want to talk about, if you are day trading, if you are swing trading, know what your daily maximum loss will be. So if you say to yourself, in today's trade, if you're day trading, I am not going to lose more than X amount. Okay, let's just say $500 or $300. I'm not going to lose more. So once you have exceeded that or met that target, you got to say stop. Okay, because that's your maximum tolerance for risk. And think back to what you did before. If you didn't, let's just say you're in your mind, okay, I'm not going to lose more than $100, and then suddenly you look in your loss, I'm down 300, and then of course you're in such in shock. Then suddenly that loss becomes 500, and then it becomes 1,000, right? More and more. So it creates stress level because you did not plan for that. You did not unexpectedly plan to lose that much. So therefore, obviously, you wouldn't sell because that's not the amount of money that you are comfortable losing, right? That's the second or the third thing. If you are not necessarily not just day trading, swing trading, position trading, know what your maximum loss is per trade. Okay. So, for example, you are prepared on this trade to lose X amount again. Once that trade X gets to that level, and obviously you will put a stop loss there, it would trigger you out. You stop trading. Okay. And I know it will suck. It won't feel you won't feel happy, but you are well aware, you are comfortable losing that amount. And then if you ask yourself, I'm still not very happy, or I'm still kind of upset that I lost this money, then you go back to yourself and ask, okay, well, were you comfortable losing that amount? And you really ask yourself that. If that amount was too big, you traded you risked too much. So it has to be, you have to agree to a certain amount that you're comfortable with, right? Because there's no guarantee in trading. There's no guarantee that your trade will work out. So you have to be comfortable with that. You have to get to a level where you're comfortable with that risk. So if it means that you only lose $10 or $1 or like very, very small significant amount, start off with that. And as you get more comfortable, then increase the risk. Right? So let's just say, for example, you made $10,000, for example. Okay. How much of that 10,000 now you're willing to lose? Right? So then you build your tolerance, right? As you build your profits. And that, therefore, if you pre-plan, you know what your risk is prior to getting into a trade. Quite frankly, you should not be stressed at all because you're comfortable losing that, whatever that amount may be. Okay, so that's very, very important. That is probably the number one thing that will reduce your stress level, is because you are well aware, you are comfortable with whatever loss that it could be. That if that trade didn't work out, you're comfortable with losing that amount of money. Okay, so that is the most important. Now, other aspects in conjunction with this type of idea is pre-plan everything in advance. And what do I mean in terms of prices and catalysts? Prices obviously is pre-plan ahead. What's your entry? What's your stop loss price? What's your exit price? Right? If you have planned all these three things then once you put on the trade, or you can put conditional orders out there, put a pending stop order, put a pending stop loss order, and put a limit order for your take profit. Once you put it out there, those three orders, hands off. Okay, you don't even need to look at the computer. You don't even need to look at your charts. You don't need to look at your screen. Okay, because you put the order out there, cross your arms. Okay, and let's see if the market agrees with your trading decision. If you lose money, okay, that's why you have a stop loss order there. Oh, it hit your take profit. Well, that's why you had a take profit there. So once you put the order in, you should be relaxed. You don't have, like, you're nervous, like the stock's going up and down, or your currency pairs are going up and down. Do you have the ability to impact that? No, of course not. However, what I will say is, as you see the price move in your favor, and let's just say you want to reduce all stress levels, once it gets to a certain level based on what you determine, move your stop loss to break even. Now, you should have no stress at all, because you will not lose any money. Okay, you will not lose any money. You're guaranteed to not lose money, unless, again, if you're trading a stock, it might, and you're holding overnight, it may gap against you. Okay, but in other markets, 24 hours, don't have to worry. Okay, so that's the biggest, and I said this earlier, the biggest stress that you will experience in this profession is losses. Okay, and it's actually not. And you could say the stress of not taking on that trade, or stress of taking profits way too early, that type of thing, right? But the number one thing is, as long as you can eliminate potential losses, then your stress level should be dramatically reduced. And that's really how I approach trading, for the past 5, 10, 15 years, since I really got into this mindset, is as long as the trade gets to a certain level, I can move my stop loss to break even. I have really no stress at all. I can't control whether you could say, I might have some stress. Well, maybe if I move the stop loss too tight, it might trigger it and kick me out and then go in my favor. Well, as long as I protect myself, that I don't get hurt, or that I don't lose any money, then my stress level is very, very minimal. The other thing I said in terms of pre-plan everything, catalyst. So you're holding on to a position. In order to minimize some of your stress levels, know potential news that might be coming out. Maybe economic news. Maybe the company reporting earnings, after the market closes or before the market closes, or the Fed chairman speaking. Know what is going to happen if on the events and on the catalyst that you are aware of. So, for example, you know that the company is going to be reporting earnings tomorrow. You're holding on to a position. Well, in order to reduce your stress level, what you can do, just sell it, right? Now, if you say you sell it, exit your position, and let's just say the stock reports good earnings, then it skyrockets, and you say, oh man, I should have held on. But what would be your stress level at that time, right? You'll be like constantly looking, oh, what's the company reporting earnings? What's it going to be like, and then when it reports earnings, your heart's going to be beating up and down, all that type of stuff. Do you need that stress? And sometimes you may take on that stress. But if you want to minimize stress of anything that is uncertain, why would you hold on to that stock if you don't want to have any stress at all? Okay. Now, obviously, you can be a little bit of a speculator. Maybe you can not necessarily exit your entire position, maybe exit half, or perhaps take some profits off the table, whatever, right? But in order to minimize your stress levels, you've got to essentially reduce the probability of risk. And when there is an event that could trigger the price to go up or down, that is a risk that you aren't aware of, or that you can't control. So therefore, if you can't control that risk, then you're speculating. If you're speculating, then obviously your stress levels will go up. Okay, so that's what I meant by catalysts. If you're aware of certain catalysts that may move the price of the asset that you're holding, then remove that position. Third thing, and I said this already, losing is normal. If you tell me that you have not lost money on any day, on any trade, I would tell you you're a liar. Okay? You've lost money. Okay? And I said again, in order to be a profit trader, it's not to not have losers. Again, I want to repeat this again. It's for you to have more winners than losers, right? So when I talk about win-loss ratio, if your ratio is higher than 50%, that means you win more than you lose. Okay, so that's number one. You want to get there. Number two, when you win more than you lose. So when you lose $1. When you win $2 or $3, right? Or more. So therefore, you can have more losers than winners, but still be able to make money overall net. Okay? Fourth thing. Things happen. I've experienced this many times. You have a bad day. You made some illogical trading decisions. You did some stupid mistakes. You did some amateur mistakes. You you took on certain risks that you shouldn't have. You didn't put stop loss. You took profits too early. You whatever, right? Whatever reason, you gambled. You did some stupid things while you're trading. You're very, very down on yourself. Your stress levels are probably extreme high. You blame yourself. You say, why am I so stupid? Why did I do those things? Well, yes, you can be very, very critical of yourself to ensure that you don't do this again. But the great thing is the market's open tomorrow. So you have a chance to redeem yourself. So there's a saying of live to fight another day. Well, here I'm saying live to trade another day. So bad day today, clear the slate, clear the mind, remove all the negativity, all the emotions from your mind, from your system. Come back to trading with a clear head, and then regroup and look for trading opportunities. And one thing that I do when I have bad days, again, I make mistakes as well. I have bad days that market maybe suddenly went against me unexpectedly, whatever reason. I have a bad day, I have a big loss. What I do? Shut off my computer, don't think about trading the rest of the day, do something that I enjoy, spend time with my family, spend time with my friends, do something that's enjoyable. I come back the next morning, clear head. Yes, sucked, my losses, but now I can regain my composure and say, okay, well, how can I make money? Right? It's not saying how can I recoup my losses. I can't recoup them. All my saying is how can I look for opportunities to generate a profit today? All right. So therefore, my stress is not related to the stress of the losses that I took the day before. My stress is very minimal. I look for it on a new day, new beginning, clear my head. I shouldn't have any stress or very, very minimal stress. Last one, take time off from trading. Very, very important in a sense of if you are very stressed. And again, think back to a time where you're super stressed. Do you think you do your best work during times of stress? So now some people will say, well, especially if I have deadlines to meet, I rise to the occasion, I get things done. Yes, you could sort of say that and apply that to trading, but I can tell you just from experience, from seeing so many traders, training so many traders, and including myself, how I analyze in terms of how I respond to pressure situations, respond to stressful situations. I'm not necessarily the best in terms of trading at that particular period of time, just because all the decisions that we make as traders is all an element of risk. Okay, there is a risk of losing money. There is not a guaranteed 100% probability that I will make money on this particular trade. There are no guarantees in terms of the volatility of the markets or unexpected or black swan events, whatever those things that could impact you. Is when you're in a stressful situation, it's a very, very big challenge for you to think clearly. And when you cannot think clearly, and again, reason why I have all these live streams is because it's a very, very important part of becoming a successful trader is to eliminate or at least minimize stressful situations for you. And it could be not just stressful situations for you personally. For example, maybe there are stressful situations outside of your of trading in your personal life that is impacting you. So if you're stressed on that, you can't make good trading decisions. Second thing of all is maybe there are stressful situations where the market is gyrating up and down or seesawing up and down, or if you're only buying, going long or buying, and the market's like tanking like crazy, That's a stressful situation for you. Well, if it's a stressful situation, as I said earlier, for you, then don't trade those markets or don't trade during those stressful times. But there are periods where, especially if you are a day trader where you profit based on volatility, obviously you are trying to profit based on that, right? Based on the volatility. So it can be stressful. Now, some of the things that I said kind of earlier is if you pre-plan everything, if you know what you're looking for, if you know what type of setup you're looking for, and I think the most important thing is, as I said again, you're well aware, you're comfortable with the risk that you're taking, then doesn't matter as long, if the markets are gyrating and you're comfortable with your setup, you're comfortable with your loss, you're comfortable with the market environment, what's there to be stressed about? If you kind of think about that, right? So, you know, pre-plan everything, like really think through everything, kind of knowing what are you expecting, okay? If you're expecting, okay, today's going to be a very volatile market environment, and you kind of put that in your head already because of certain news or certain earning, or certain company missing earnings, or Chairman Powell was saying, and if you're aware of this price action is going to be really volatile, you're already pre-planned for it, then all you need to do is, okay, well, based on this volatility, if I am trading this volatility, where am I getting in? Where's a safe level for me? Where can I, maybe I just scalp, right? Maybe I just go in quickly, okay, with certain stop loss. If it works, I take a profit. If it doesn't work, I get out right away. Okay, so what I would say, just kind of summarizing, is trading is a stressful profession. Okay, accept it. If you can't accept it, if you're just looking for something stable, something conservative, don't be a trader. Be a longer term investor, right? Just buy and hold, right? Buy with whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you're comfortable investing, and then just forget about it, right? But if you're a trader in the markets, whether you're day trading, swing trading, positional trading, be comfortable with the risk that you're taking. If you're comfortable with the risk, then you should not really have stress in your trading. Pre-plan everything, right? Know what you're getting into. Yes, there will be unexpected surprises, but majority of the things that you can control, which is your losses, which is your plans, which is what type of environment or what type of opportunity you're looking for. If you are well aware of all this, know what you're getting into, right? For example, know what the cons will be, what the biggest downside, right? Sometimes people plan for the worst, right? So that when the worst happens, hey, it's not the best, but your stress levels are at the extreme level. But if you don't plan, you plan only for the most optimistic, like, oh, I'm going to make all this money, and you don't even think about how much you could potentially lose. Of course, you'll be very stressed when you do lose, or when you do lose more than what you had planned for. All right, guys. I'm going to open the questions, open the floor to any questions that you guys have. So any questions that you guys have for me in terms of this particular topic today, or any trader psychology questions, please type them in the question box below. All right. Hey, Richard. Nice to see you again. Nice to hear from you. Boss Nova, greetings from Bulgaria. Hello. Do you recommend using stop loss? Of course. Now, some people will say, I'll say this very, very quickly. Some people don't believe in stop losses, mainly because you'll get stopped out and and then kick out your position. But it's just like I said to you many times, is it's just like, why do you buy car insurance? Well, do you expect to get into an accident every time you drive? Of course not. But when it does, or why do you buy travel insurance? Why do you buy medical insurance? Because in case something bad happens, that you are financially protected. Same exact thing. Okay. Julian says, Mike, sir, thank you very much for all your great videos you've made. I listened twice to your videos to motivate myself and avoid mistakes that other traders have done. I learned a lot from your videos. Thank you very much. Thanks for your kind comments. Appreciate Paul Tudor Jones' videos, BNF trading strategy. Keep going. Greetings from Paris. All right. Thank you very much. I was in Paris late last year. You have a very, very beautiful city, amazing culture, and especially the French food there is extremely delicious, and your croissants amazing. So thank you very much for your kind comments. All right, Manu. Oh, hi, Mr. Mark. Okay, Mr. Mike. Julian says, your advice are precious. Roberto, greetings from Brazil. Yeah, hello. It's on my to-do list to head to Brazil. You have a really wonderful country. Julian, Paul Tudor Jones is right. If trade don't work out. Okay. So I'll just kind of say, in terms of and many of you want to be, let's just say, become a trader full time, or you want to treat trading as your full time profession. It's like in any career that you get into. Okay, it's also like through any type of job that you're looking for. Okay, is you got to really be aware or educate yourself on what you're getting into. Okay, and a lot of times, obviously, I produce all these videos for you. It's obviously it's to inspire you. It's to profile traders who have made it, traders who have really hit the home run. And obviously, I'm not here to say, okay, everyone can be like that. It's to inspire you what's possible. Okay, and it's obviously to inspire you to trade. It's to inspire you to achieve financial freedom. It's for you to achieve a sense of financial security. But that's obviously the good sides. You have to always look at the bad side, right? Or look at what's the challenges. And I wouldn't say negative, right? But I'd say the challenges that maybe certain things that you just can't overcome, right? And that's why understanding that this profession is going to be volatile. Okay, I have not seen anyone, including myself, and I've been trading for 23 years. Okay, not every year has been profitable for me. Okay, I want to repeat that. Not every year has been profitable for me. Not every month has been profitable, right? Not every week or day, right? There are time periods where over a month I'm like profitable every single day, but there are time periods where I'm not, right? So you have just to be comfortable with the volatility of this profession. And it's not saying, okay, once you got it, okay, once you mastered, okay, there's no mastering, okay? You can say, okay, once I master this strategy, it doesn't mean that you're guaranteed, okay, to make money, right? So for example, I've been in trading for 23 years, okay? I've got a lot of experience. I got a lot of knowledge, but it does not mean, oh, hey, Mike is the most successful because he has all this years of experience, right? Experience, which I talked about before, can obviously help you a lot, but sometimes it doesn't help you, right? Because you overthink, right? Or experience does not translate into profits. I do lose money, right? And I'm not here to say that, you will never, right? And again, I repeat this again, just make sure that you make more than you lose. So all of you who want to get into this profession, obviously my goal is to inspire you. It's my goal is to support you. My goal is to help you along in this trading journey, and especially the reason why I host these live psychology series is to help you with this. Okay, with this aspect, and this aspect can be the key between you being successful and you not being successful. So my thoughts is really understand what you're getting into, okay, in terms of trading, that the challenges that you'll be facing, the ups and downs, obviously the big wins, the constant changing market conditions, the so many different strategies that need to try, so many different assets to try, so many hot and suddenly cold sectors, so much stuff, right? So really know what you're getting into, and if you accepted that, then your stress levels should not reach some extreme level where suddenly, let's just say, you lose control or suddenly things happen beyond your control. Because if you, quite frankly, are well aware what you're getting into, no matter what happens, your stress levels should be well managed. All right. Just for a few more things. Julian has written a lot of comments here. If I'll be glad to if I come back to again. Yes, Paris is a city that I will definitely be back. So I'll definitely if again you can reach out to me and let me know your contact information, or what I'll do is when I will be back in Europe, so I'll be letting you guys know that. So feel free to communicate with me. Julian says, if trade don't work out, it better to come out of trade and then go in again if the trade setup is still there. Yeah. So it's the same thing. If you're not comfortable in a certain trade, exit first. You can always re-enter. Yes, of course, you will incur a loss right away. Okay. Yes, but that's where, like, think back to the times where you're in a trade. The trade obviously maybe is not working in your favor, or maybe the trade is like suddenly you're profits and you're lost. Like it's not really going your direction. It's kind of teetering, right, from between a profit and a loss. Exit it first, because you'll notice your stress level suddenly reduce dramatically once you exit a position, right? Have you guys noticed that when you're in the position, sometimes you're stressed up, right? You're like, oh, is this trade going to work out in my favor? Oh, suddenly, is it going to hit my stop loss? Oh, is it going to hit my take profit? All that. But once you exit, you notice, hey, your stress levels, now you can think more logically again, right? So good thing Julian says, exit trade, you can always re-enter in again. Okay. Thank you so much for attending. So the next week's topic, I'm going to share with you why kids are sometimes the best traders. And you're probably thinking, well, why would a kid be considered one of the best traders? Why not someone who has more experience or who is older? I'm not saying anything, so make sure you tune in next week, because I will share with you the reasons. And maybe you can sort of think in your mind, why do you think kids are the best traders? Right? Do you agree that they are the best traders, or do you not agree? So, in next week's live stream, I'm going to talk about why kids are the best traders and how you can adapt some of their mentality to your trading that will lead to you being more successful. All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending today's live stream. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, especially for my American friends. Enjoy your Memorial Day long weekend. Talk to you guys next Sunday. Take care.